Hi and welcome. This is Damon Bruce and you're watching 2K Sports, a Tuesday night NBA presentation. It's going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers up against the Washington Wizards. And now time to hand things over to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll be back at halftime.
The Wizards shooting their first free throws of the night.
And their success rate from the stripe this season is about 77%. You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
And stolen by Jordan. James. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Gets to Jordan. That's in. Assist for 6 points for Jordan.
That's kind of his strong suit. The ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
This brings the double team. That lead across to Warner. The back to Boozer. Kicks it to James. Shot to Jordan. Guys are putting offense right now.
Yeah, really the offense is flowing quite nicely. Playing with a lot of confidence and some self-assurance, and I like what we're seeing.
James lights up. And low to Boozer. Lays it up and banks it in. Boozer's got his second bucket of the game to go.
He's so good at recognizing what he sets hard and getting the ball to the rim.
Stackhouse offline with his three. Well, the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game to the mat.
Yeah, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team. Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they shouldn't have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
And that one's good. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Here is Douglas. Coming off a 12-point game is West Valley. Down low. Pass to Reese. Wizards passing it around. Feeds it to Jordan. Lets it go from 14. Nice jump shot. Good. Jordan's got 8. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle steps for the Wizards.
Well, they really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Here's Jordan after the made shot for Morton. No good from Stackhouse. Now, Cleveland moving it out. The 8-footer. Shot misses.
Terrific defensively, man. They got it right in his mouth. Love the interior passing. He knew exactly where to go with that ball.
The feed to Douglas. It's Janelle. He dishes it to Douglas. He kicks it to James. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Washington. 14-6 run. Jordan with it. He's picked up by James. Jordan kicks it over to Reese. No good on the three. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Passes it to Warren. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Wizards ball. And let's quickly jump to the 2K leaderboard to find out which point guards have been the highest scorers over the last month. Wizards have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Arenas dishes to Stackhouse. From 18 feet away. Falls for Washington.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
Yeah, some players and teams even shy away from that mid-range jumper. This team seems to have it dialed in from that range.
Here is Douglas. After the made shot from Stackhouse. There's the bucket. Good. Outside Jordan. Defended by Wolf. Feeds away. That one off the back iron and out.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
He with it. And Arenas makes it defensively. And he banks in the layup. Wizards leading by 4. The try by Jordan. That doesn't go either for Jordan.
Really high-quality shot there. Just a little off with this release.
And this right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
Bradley gets a screen from Boozer. Bradley and Jordan. Dudley, no luck.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
No good from Stackhouse.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Trying to get it back to Dean. He's in the room for the layup. So timeout call here. The first for Washington. They went to Cleveland for the last meeting with the Cavaliers, and they came out with a win.
Now, the last meeting was a successful one. They were very sharp defensively, causing a lot of turnovers, and that swayed the game in their favor.
The Cavaliers trailing. Now the pass to Warner. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Outside Jordan. Puts the lead pass in front of him. The shot will not go.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Through with it. Right now averaging 11 points a game. They double him with Jordan. Dudley, he's covered by Arenas. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Warner. Shot goes down and gets this game back to even. He has 6. What an easy win for him last time. As Steve mentioned, Clark, the turnover differential was a major factor.
Yeah, I call it disruptive in a word. They were all over the whole game.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of fallback option for them anytime they need it.
Moose. Here's the miss to James. Covered by Stackhouse. Jones checked in, and Malone's subbed in for Boozy. Hughes with the steal. Leads him in there. Stackhouse. Wow. Adkins. He's covered by Arenas. Passes it to Warner. Dishes to Malone. Brown's there. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
Looking at the Cavaliers over the last 10 and how they compare to the rest of the league, this is what we got. 4th in steal, 8th in field goal percentage. And they're in the top 10 in rebound. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
The key really to me at all those values is their steals, because that's become their identity defensively. They're a real ball hawking team. They like to get out there, put pressure on the offense, force mistakes, and when they do that, they're tough to stop in transition.
Washington with the ball. After the miss from Adkins. Arenas with it. Now looking for Adkins. Offensive rebound. Outside for Arenas. For 3. Good. Arenas has got 5 points so far.
He's going to keep banging those runners to get that much space.
They get a hand on it. Adkins. He's covered by Arenas. Parker kicks to Malone. Inside. And he goes in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points that come from close range, so I agree.
Here's Hughes. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet for him.
It's still early, but they've started to establish themselves on the glass here.
Yeah, that's due to their physical play. They're scrapping and clawing for each and every rebound out there.
Here's Parker. It's off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. John passes to Edwards. Pocket 6. He feeds it to Malone. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Taking a look at Washington. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And of course, Cleveland. A few spots down the ladder right now.
Well, right now for the Wizards, they've just been having an outstanding season. No other way to describe it. They're making strides in the stands and playing excellent basketball.
They kind of like their position as they approach the postseason, playing the best basketball of the year right now.
He passes to Miles. Adkins. He's covered by Arenas. Here's Lillard. By Malone.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. Defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
They need to get more bodies in the middle down low.
Here's Stackhouse. Who picked up 12 points in their last win against Milwaukee. Here's Atkins. Finish off the break. Now just a 2-point Wizards lead.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. It's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practical lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
The pass to Hughes. Hudson coming off an assist from Arenas. Arenas has got 5 assists tonight.
Outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement is outstanding. I love the assist.
him alone. Backs him down. And stolen by Arenas. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Here's Hughes. And again, Washington with the triple.
Third three in a row right there. Just in time for the defense.
Gets it to John. And they get it back. He blocks it again.
Very quickly here in the first quarter. Pronounced advantage for them on the glass. Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Arenas after the next three and Hughes. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Parker outside. Pass to Edwards. Back to Parker. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession. Just 4 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And so the first quarter is in the books. Washington out in front. They're up by 8. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. When you consider all the Wizards are doing, it's moving across the box.
And the key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense. Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to killing. And filtering can lead to points. So we got the 3 P's: pressure, filter, point. Get it done.
They've got Brown. And Arenas into the point. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Wizards. Here's Simpson. And 2 on the shot.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting. Doing a nice job of anticipating that ball. Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Here's Arenas. They get the rebound. Nice ball movement by Washington. Feeds to Stackhouse. Back to Arenas. Brown dishes to Stackhouse. Arenas kicks to Stackhouse. Fires from deep. And it's Arenas that time. And the assist from Stackhouse. Arenas has got 5 points now. Edwards passes to Simpson. Reverses. And it's pulled by Brown. And here's the fast break. Arenas getting away. Brown defended by John. Here's Hughes. But they recover it. Stolen. In transition. Here come the Cavaliers. No good from Simpson. Wizards leading by 13. Tries a 3. No good from Stackhouse.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field. Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys. Yep, right to the rack.
Hughes hits to Stackhouse. This one for 3. Count that one. Stackhouse has got 9.
It's his first 3 points in the second half, which actually makes it his first of the game.
Picked him clean. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. And again, Washington with the triple.
This looks like a 3-game shoot around with all the threes there. More defensive moments.
Hughes with the steal. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Kicks to Stackhouse. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
Got a good clear look right over the top of his defender because of that height advantage.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
They make a minute around the stress. And I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
And this group gives us a second look at the shooting guards leading their position in steals over the last 10 games. Cavaliers making a switch here. And we're into 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Wow, he sure can make up for that lack of size and height because of his leaping ability.
The drive by Jordan, defended by Warren. Pulls up on the way. Pass to Jordan, picked off in midair. Now Here's James. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And Kevin, don't forget about his playmaking in that game as well. Wonderful in terms of attacking the defense and figuring out when to shoot and when to find teammates.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Warner. Outside, got the defender off his feet with the bump in, but couldn't knock it down.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it. Get those goals.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
And they double up James. Pass to Warner. And there's the kick to Boozer. Moves outside. There's the pass to Warner. He kicks it to Boozer. Around James, who's been moving up again with the bucket.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Here's Jordan. And Washington again with the bucket.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
The Cavaliers trail by 19. There's a screen. Pass to Warner. He dishes it to Boozer. Backing in. Unloads from 13. A rebound by Hughes. Goes Washington. They're on a 17-6 run. Jordan the pass to Wagner. Back to Jordan. The dish to Arenas. Back to Jordan. Here's up top. Outside Arenas. Here's Jordan. And the Wizards getting on the bucket right there.
And all the things about him that you like offensively, it's his composure that jumps out at me. He really never gets rattled. The defense can get in him. He doesn't care. He just continues to do his thing.
And also, he catches a lot of defenders off balance, Steve, with his ability to pull up and drain shots off the bounce. It's a very effective skill to have.
Dudley, he's covered by Arenas. Here's Mim. No good. And Washington get a rain out. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. The Cavaliers trail by 21. Washington with the rebound. Brown shot his 8th rebound here tonight. The drive by Jordan. He's guarded by Dudley. On the wing, Hughes. And the wing jumper off wide.
Well, after knocking down 3 3-pointers last quarter, he's starting to lose the range.
Stolen by Boozer. Outside Boozer. Here's Warner. Misses off the right eye.
I thought he'd make that one. That's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
Jordan wishes the Brown. Arenas. Jordan. He's guarded by Dudley. The drive by Jordan. Line fade out. And he hits the big one, too. Jordan's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, he's putting on the offensive display. He may just be getting warmed up here. Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's check out how Cleveland stacked up. 6th in steals, 9th in field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. They've got some glass eaters on that squad.
What they try to do, Clark, is pressure the ball. I mean, you talked about the steals per game. That's the key number of all those stats. They pressure the ball, and they really create havoc for the offense. And when they take you out of the flow of your offense, it really makes it all stop, and the game becomes very difficult for the offensive team.
I don't think they can ask much more than what he's done this morning.
No time like the present.
This has not been a pretty picture. I certainly expected a better game than what we've gotten so far.
Here's Warner. Finger roll. Finish at the bucket. He's got 8.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off. With the defense all over.
Down to Jordan. Down kicks to Jordan. Second chance shot. Boozer with the rebound. Boozer's got his 5th rebound in this one. Passes it to Warner. Smooth and silk on the finger roll.
Nice soft touch to drop that one.
Time clock. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things some adjustment.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Jordan, defended by Warren. Backing down is Jordan. The baseline jump. Gets it to go. Jordan's got 13 points in just this quarter.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's had.
James outside. Knocks it loose. He passes to Warren. Just 5 on the clock. Jordan with the rebound. Wizards leading by 22. Beyond the arc. He's got 12 points in the game.
It seems like they've given up far too many points from the three-point shot today. A lot of open looks out there.
I agree, Steve. The defensive rotations have been abysmal.
Goes to the fadeaway and pins it.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Well, the Wizards shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're 55% from the field. Here's Jordan. Shot no good. Excellent D from Warner. Now Cleveland shooting a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. Boozer, Hughes covering. Boozer can't get it to go.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting. Doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Here's Jordan. The shot is good off the backboard. Jordan's got 23. Cavaliers' smallest trouble. They double with Jordan. Dudley has the race. Dudley the pass to Warner. Here's Mim. It's going to be a goaltending call. So they're coming in the audience.
He got there late. You do have to like your aggressiveness to go after the block, but that one's going to count.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
Washington calls timeout. Jordan's champions for Washington. Arenas dishes to Jordan. Baseline jumper, and the shot is good. Jordan's got 25 points.
Well, since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off that long distance thing here a little bit. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, you know, Steve, some teams would prefer to just shoot their way out of a slump, but getting a few to drop from inside the arc is really a good way to get your offense back on track.
6 to shoot. This is the double. Touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Dudley's got 6.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And it's not necessarily a strategic part. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. You gotta play hard, guys.
And while we can, how about a look at the rookies with the highest shooting percentage since we returned from the All-Star break? 1:37 left here in the second. On the wing, James. Drops it, clear for 2. James has got his second basket of the night.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basket.
It's a strategy that has served them well in this opening.
And that one's good.
This quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
Favorite move right there, Monica. And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
Warner, under by Stackhouse. No good for Warner. Washington leading now by 21. Smooth and silk on the finger roll. And it's 29 points for Jordan.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 players. They double him with Jordan. Mim, guarded by Jordan. The drive by James. Dudley, 4 on the clock. Jordan with the block. He feeds it to Stackhouse. Back to Jordan. Now in time, but it's no good. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Washington out in front, running away with it. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show at Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, everyone. Let's see if we can spice up your Tuesday night with a little halftime report. Washington leading against Cleveland. They're crashing the offensive glass with reckless intensity, tremendous hustle. And the Cavaliers, they've been struggling a bit. They've got to do a better job protecting the ball and valuing each possession. They've not done that. The turnover numbers way too high through 2 quarters. Now let's take off with some other games in progress around the league. Orlando on top against the Bobcats is Time Warner Cable Arena. 6 points is the difference as they're up in the third. In another game going on, Atlanta currently trailing Brooklyn out in Brooklyn. Things are not looking too good for them out there in the third. And now, here's what's going on in the rest of the NBA. Out in Philadelphia, it's the 76ers trailing to Chicago. A lot of ground to make up for them, not a lot of game left. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
As we begin the second half, first one wasn't even close, guys. And see if there was a comeback out of their hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. What a game we're seeing from Georgia.
Yeah, it's been a lockdown defensive effort for him through the first 2 quarters. He's just swatting shots away. Well, the reach and the timing he's shown to get to some of these shots has been really impressive. He looks like he has telescope arms out there. He's like an octopus.
On the court for Cleveland. They've got Boozer, and it's Dudley in at the point guard position.
Awesome defense. I mean, you'll hit those unless you're right in his grip.
Ladies and gentlemen, rise and set.
The Wizards
Give it up
decide to
for
talk
your winner, girl. How about that, man?
Taking a look back over the last month, let's see how Washington stacked up in the NBA ranking. Second in fewest turnovers per game. 7th in steals. And team assists, not a strong point for this team. Top 20 in the league. They tend to do a lot of their scoring off one-on-one moves.
And Clark, you know, when you commit so few turnovers, it's key because you become a much better offensive team. You're constantly getting looks at the basket, and your defense isn't vulnerable either because you're able to get back in transition so much easier.
Boozer can't get it to go.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed any second chance. That is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seems like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Here's Miller, and Jordan sends it down. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. Just on check out the Washington Wizards' upcoming schedule. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be just 1 game played a win from home for them. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And that will be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. Covered by Stackhouse. Cleveland moving it around. Tried to shoot. And in. And he threw the blocking foul. Shooting it out for 2.
Well, he's strong-bodied and strong-willed. He'll overpower you if you let him.
Low man wins. That's what they say in football, and they can say it in this case, too. You got to get low and hold your ground, fighting for every inch.
against Dudley. The drive by Jordan.
This is what he does. Shooting it well, he's scoring a lot of their points, getting them in front.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Well, that might not be until yes, it is, and so they will avoid an extra point.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
Stolen by Bruiser. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Poke loose. One-on-one here. Pass to Wade.
Active hands on the steal. Active feet on the fast break.
Guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Takes it to Doug. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in. Dudley's got 8 points.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy do. Very, very well done.
Backing down is Jordan. James covering. A failure. And the Wizards going off the bucket like this. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Drive by Jordan. And Stackhouse kicks to Jordan. Outside Arenas. Feeds it to Jordan. Goes up again. And he can't bank that one in. And so here's Cleveland. James with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Second chance effort. That's blocked. Outside Jordan. And the basket. Jordan's got 8 points in this quarter. Well, Cleveland shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. They got one with Jordan. Now the feed to Doug. The pass to Warner. 6 on the shot clock. Makes the lead pass. Who's blocked? And no turnover. Could not get us a shot before second violation. A quick check now. The 2K leaderboard in the league's best rebounders at the 2-guard slot since the All-Star break. Wizards have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. The drive by Jordan. That's it. An assist from Arenas. Arenas has got his 7th assist in the game. And a closer look here at the House stats for the Wizards.
Their defense has been outstanding. What a huge play.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
The Wizards have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting in the third quarter. And Jordan gets it to go.
He's performing at such a high level. That's why they're in the lead right now.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that lead. Here's James. 2 points good off the books. James has got 10 points in the game.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Here's Jordan. And Washington again with the bucket.
Jordan doesn't do anything else the way he's scoring the ball out there.
Cleveland have gone 4 of 9 in the fourth so far in the third. The drive by James. It's rebounded by Stackhouse. Stackhouse has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
The rebound has been on the chart today, guys. Reason number 1 this game is out of hand.
Exactly. The score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Shots checked in. Here's Miles. Adkins is covered by Arenas. Kicks it to Malone. Malone is doubled. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and not one of them like it.
On the wing, Hughes shoots a three. Stackhouse the pass to Hughes. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
He dishes it to Myers. Tipped away. Outside Arenas. On Stackhouse, kicks it over to Arenas. Here's Atkins. Pushes in with the rebound. He's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Back to Arenas. Pass to Leitner. Defended by Atkins. Here's Arenas. Connects from 3-point line. Arenas has got 16.
That's got to become effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Simpson, Hughes covered. Here's Miles. Gets it. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
The shot by Hughes, no good.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Adkins, Hughes covered. From Atkins. Washington's gone 2 of 5 with the 4-point shot since coming out of the break. Wizards passing it around. Now Myers. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Can't finish in from close range.
Look, it's hard to watch when the guy gets good shots, and listen, he's missed everything this quarter. There's 6 points on consecutive 3-ball. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct though if you start making the right rotations defensively.
Simpson, Hughes covered. Passes to Atkins. Six to shoot. Here's Simpson. He's again. Shot is off. Great D that time from Hughes. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Back to Arenas. And there's the pass to Hughes. And here's there on the triple. The Cavaliers shooting terrible so far in the second half.
Power punch right there.
It's not possible what we just caught. Is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It's possible. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right.
That's now a dozen straight points, turning off wide open 3-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played there. It's actually defense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
On the wing, Hughes. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
You know, stretching back to the break, here's how the Wizards have performed. First in fewest turnovers a game, 9th in steals, and they are in the top third of the league in assists. The quality of players they have, you thought they might be better there, but not bad.
And what's most impressive out of all those numbers, Mark, is the few turnovers that they commit. Because now all of a sudden you're executing, you're putting a lot of pressure on the defense because they know they're not going to force a lot of steals and get out in transition to find easy points.
Here's Arenas. Again, the miss by Arenas. Cavaliers shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Parker passes to Atkins. Parker, right side. To the middle. Here's Chop. And drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Brown dishes to Arenas. Pass to Hughes. Launches a three. And this will have him drops. He's got 9 points in the quarter.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams and their effectiveness from the three-point line.
And you really notice it at that end of the floor where they continue to get open looks and knock them down.
He can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Outside Arenas. From downtown. Arenas missing again. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Adkins. Hughes covering. There's the dish to Miles. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. There's the pick. Hughes with it. Now defended by Newton. Arenas can't get that one to fall. And here's the intentional foul. We can easily get an opportune time.
Yeah, well, that's a bad play there. I mean, that can really cost you the game. You've got to be smart when you make those intentional fouls. I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute.
Good on the second free throw. So it's the Wizards now. He passes to Hughes. And again, Washington, no good. Up in time. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Washington out in front, delivering the blowout. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Dishes it to John. Pass to Warner. And it's blocked by Brown. And for Cleveland. And it's Warner in at the 3 spot. Chambers can't make the basket. The pass to Newton. His lead pass, and he throws it down.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good myself. That's a gimme there. There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Chambers trains the three-pointer.
Boy, they've come out of halftime just smoking hot from behind the arc.
Hey, trust me on this one, Paul. They are going to continue to let them fly.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Atkins. Moves back up. And that one's good. Shot.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely here it comes. See if you can stop it.
In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And that one's good. Job's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, the instant that steal was made, they were off and running the other way.
Ball pressure and then a run-out feed. That's perfection to me.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half to the fourth quarter. John. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And another miss by Washington.
Now, normally that's a shot people make, but that's not really his bread and butter there.
The shot's good from Warner.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Well, that's another good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
The leader. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got rebound number 12 minutes. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Chambers. That one's off. Still out of sync.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
Count the bucket.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
Here's Hubbard. Brown, right side. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Chambers. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Now look at the Cavaliers' upcoming schedule. They'll be at home for the next game against the Bucks. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. Wizards making a switch here. Hankins passes to Chuck. Can't get it to go. And the Wizards now going the other way. Pass to Chambers. 18 feet out. Offensive rebound. Back to Brown. Pass to Chambers. Over Parker. Ability shot in the wing. Chambers got 5 points in the quarter. For Cleveland, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Here's Atkins, and it's blocked by Brown. Here's Roncati. Great D that time from Warner. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 10-2 run here. Here's Jop. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Jop's got 10 points in just the second half. The 19-foot shot. Rebounded by Parker. Passes it to Chambers. Brown, right side. And again, Washington, no good. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. The shot is off.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
The assist. Well, Cleveland shooting reasonably well, 45%. Now the pass to Newton. Another shot. And the layup is up and in.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Roncati defended by Atkins. They get it again. Here's Paget. Took the line by Washington. Back to Brown. First history stays on as they finally hit a shot. Cavaliers have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Pass to Newton. To the paint. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
You always want a player to have his head up, to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Malone's checked in for Cleveland. And here's Cleveland. They're on a 14-6 run. And that one's good.
Boy, you can't run an inbounds play any better than that right there.
And stolen by Malone. With the lead pass. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Job has got 10 points in the quarter.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot and then his teammate can run right into it. Well executed.
Boy, I don't know who has that kind of run. That's well beyond the work.
Not sure what he was thinking about there.
From Atkins. Washington leading out by 23. Here's Kafka. And again, Washington no good.
Not his forte. I don't really like that shot. You can tell the defense.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Nothing extravagant about it, but there didn't need to be.
Here's Chambers. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. And here we go. Malone kicks the puck. Two-handed slam.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Washington's got some tough luck around 3-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. The Cavaliers trail by 19. Shot is blocked. Mr. Chambers. Uncovered. It's rebounded by Jacques. Jacques got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Here's Atkins, and laid in to finish the break. It It's been several possessions since they've converted.
They've got to find a way to change that.
Scooped up. Passes it to Chambers. On deep. And it's Malone with the rebound. Malone's got 4 rebounds.
That's a big boy dunk right there. Grown man sledgehammer dunk.
That was a violent attack on the rim.
Man, was it ever.
And there's the pass to Chambers. Nice ball movement by Washington. Puts up a 3. They'll take that. Second shot opportunity. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. Because he can't get anything to fall this out.
Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them. And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
New group on the floor for the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Rejected by Lewis. Stackhouse, the pass to White. Oh, another miss by Washington. Now Cleveland certainly hitting almost everything here in the first. 50% from the field.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Arenas dishes to Jordan. Back to Arenas. He feeds it to Stackhouse. Here's Slay. Great touch on the 16-footer.
Look at the size discrepancy there between the defender and the shooter. Well, those are warm-up jumpers. They're not a hand in this case. He'll knock those down all day.
And Dudley picks the boost. Rebound, Washington. Lakers got 11 rebounds in the game. Feeds to Stackhouse. To the inside. Outside Arenas. Jordan. Outside Jordan. And they will get the basket. It's getting called. But they rule goaltender.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt. Back to you.
And it's Arenas penetrating out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
The Cavaliers trail by 15. Kicks to Doug. He passes to Warner. Shot clock at 6. Here's Curry. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle. The 2-shot fall. Both good from the line that time.
I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second half, despite trailing in this game. Well, you know, that's when you need to be most aggressive when you're down. Another good job on drawing contact and getting to the line.
Arenas passes to Jordan. Washington gets it back.
Nice hustle to get them a second look.
And it's Arenas penetrating. Jordan. And that's not the best shot selection there.
Well, I guess they can get them when they need them. Good job of getting to the miss.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Dudley against Arenas. Pass to Wagner. Back to Arenas. There's the feed to Jordan. Target from three-point range.
I cannot understand why he keeps jacking up these threes. This is not what the fans came to see.
Ball's not loose. The drive by James. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous. Come on.
Seeing a dunk like that. The last time I saw it,
outside for Arenas. He dishes it to Stackhouse. Jordan the pass to Waitner. Back to Jordan. He feeds it to Stackhouse. Outside Jordan. Now Cleveland moving it up. Here's Stackhouse. He kicks to Arenas. The dish to Jordan. Takes a three. Boozer with the rebound.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. Time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
Great pass to finish that break. Uncontested.
Here's Stackhouse. And three from Jordan. That's good. Jordan's got 4 ways to
Fans loving what's transpired here tonight. Really good victory for these guys.
Sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum going at all.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're trailing by 10. There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Well, this one's in the bag. I mean, I commend them for really putting forth the effort until the very end. But this thing's over.
Sometimes you just have to throw up the white towel and just stay running score so you can get on to the next game.
It's the first that brings them within single digits. Washington calls timeout. They're leading by 9. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
It's almost like they're rubbing it in a little bit with this timeout, guys.
Yeah, not really much to talk about. Let's get the game over and move on.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Here's Jop, and that's an intentional foul.
I have no idea why he was fouling there.
And even the foul, I mean, you can't be wrapping guys up like that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's a meaningless play.
That's off as well, so he misses both. From the arc. So Washington takes the win. They pulled off this win club with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And about present for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Doris Burke, and the rest of our great crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for watching. Now, here's our Jordan Player of the Game.